bam, it's the Gemini video. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. Whew. It is 5:40 in the morning, and I did not wake up early for this. Okay. It's a late night. We started at witching hour, and we're going straight into dawn, and I still got cancer to do after this. So, yeah, bitch. I'm obviously here for it. Okay? I'm here for it. Okay, Gemini. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so what's up? Contest. If you watch the Synchronicity Surprise video that I uploaded about a week ago, I'm running a contest, and so far nobody's won it. And so it was supposed to end yesterday. I'm extending it. So you can go check that out, find out all the details. It's pretty easy. Don't have to sign up for shit. It's just like a little video contest, okay? And not even a video you make, a video I make. So just go watch it if you're interested. Okay then, what is going on with Gemini? What's going on with Gemini? You know, it's funny about Gemini, not that it's because you all have different personalities, and it's not because you're all different people, but I feel like the things Geminis go through are radically different from the next, if that makes sense. Whereas some signs are a little more predictable, where people keep ending up in the same situations, and oh, that's relatable. I feel like Geminis have similar maybe characteristics to one another, but very rarely, you know, is it the same energy from person to person, I think. Just something I've noticed, but kind of makes sense. So anyway, my last video was like an hour. I gotta keep this shit short, and I'm already just like going off on a tangent. I also, during my little break, watched the most amazing video, and I'm only really bringing it up because it was Noel Fielding, and he is a Gemini. And so I feel like it's only fair to tell you that it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen, because he was dressed up and dancing to Kate Bush, and I don't know, just find it, watch it, it's really good. Okay, I think that's gonna be it on the cards. That looks fine. Yep. Okay, bottom of the deck, Ace of Discs. So we're gonna just focus on your money, Gemini. We are not even probably gonna talk about much else unless that shit is in relation to your money, okay? That is the fucking vibe right now. Of course, it can apply to other things that you value, but no, I'm getting that this is money, okay? Top of the deck, Nine of Wands, Strength. And then, okay, this is actually a reading about money here when I do my little demon pull. So what's going on? Ooh, I'll give them to you. Fuck it. I don't care. We got Ribosol and Volak. That's interesting because I was shuffling before the reading and a different V demon came out. And you don't see them often. I don't see either one of them, like, ever. But Ribosol and Volak. So Ribosol comes up quite a bit, but Volak, I don't know if I've ever gotten that. Okay, and then I am trying to do some, well, I try to honor if I pick up the deck and I miss a card, I'll usually keep that card. So I think I'm just gonna Dawn, Owl, Darkest Before the Dawn. Don't even worry about it, bruh. Okay. I'm going to give it one little shuffle, see if anything comes out. But, of course, these are the cards I shuffle while I'm doing the messages. So, oh, my God. All right. Well, we're not doing all that. But we'll take these two. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, and then now I guess I'll do that one. Okay. Let's put that shit down. Put it down. Okay. I'm just going to scoot this shit over really quick so I can make less of a mess of this. Alright. It's very interesting to me that I have incidentally built a wall. And like, this all stays, and then I add my drinks to it. And it's a real fortress. But then sometimes I'll move things to show people what's behind the wall. And it's interesting because I did not notice this concept until right now. And I'm thinking, if anything, that's going to be a little reminder that you can have your guard up and still let people see you for who you are. Or maybe there is a wall, but certain people can get over the wall. Okay? It's alright to reveal parts of yourself, even if you aren't ready to reveal the whole thing. Alright, so that's just a side note. Nine of Wands, strength. So, yeah, fire energy. Maybe just passion. Could be dealing with a fire sign. I feel like it's not really about that. I think because we are sort of talking about money, or just wealth in whatever capacity it means to you, I think this strength is really going to be having to fight for something. Having to... I almost said mediate, which is strange because I'm not really sure if you were the mediator that you would be getting this card. But it came to mind. If not mediate, maybe meditate. But either way, it's going to take some effort, whatever it is. But you are feeling good about it. You're feeling very passionate about it. You want to do it. But just know that there will be some resistance that you are met with. Okay, as you embark on whatever it is that you have to take strength. So, I'm seeing mostly good things here. But at the same time, there's quite a few face down. Alright, I don't think I got like any face down today. And it's all at this bottom row, it's every other is face down, basically. But up top here, we have the Three of Cups and the Hanged Man. So abundance and the Hanged Man. Abundance, great. Cups. Love that we're just like running through the elements here. Disc, wands, cup, and the swords actually don't look that good, which is funny because you're an air sign, so you're swords. But anyways, it's about the flow of things. And I feel like Gemini's typically pretty good at going with the flow. And by doing that, you have become quite abundant. You have received many blessings simply for allowing yourself to ride the wave. Okay, that was a little tough to get out because I am not like that, not tough because I'm not like that, but because it's like, I would never say that. You know what I mean? You're really, really getting into the flow of things, but it's something that you've always done. It's who you've always been. And so you are used to it, but I don't think it makes you any less grateful. Paired with the Hanged Man, I see that lasting for you. I see that lasting a long time, that kind of radiance that you have, that flow, that liquidity. Liquidity. The Hanged Man being your loyalty to it and being dedicated to a certain lifestyle that gives you that power of manifestation and gives you that joy of abundance. However, the Hanged Man, although he is willing to sacrifice himself for others, he's willing to destroy himself in the process of it, as long as it's for the greater good. So you have to know where to draw your lines, where it's like yes, it's good to go with the flow and be easy and ride the wave and let things come to you. But you just don't want to be so set in no settings, you know, because it's like being set in your ways. It's almost the opposite of that. But you don't want to be so doing that so much that you end up sacrificing yourself. So it's good to keep doing that and to keep being that and to continue to be easy. That's fine, but you just have to know when you're crossing your own line. Okay, first of the row we have the art card. So Sagittarius, if this, you know, I was like, probably not a fire sign. Okay, could be a fire sign, whatever. It might be time to get some shit out. And perhaps in going on with the flow metaphor here, this could be taking a break from that, right? And it can also be coming forth with your own efforts, you know, not riding the wave, but becoming the wave. And it's, I mean, yeah, the creation, okay? Or Sagittarius. Face down. So if you're dealing with a Sagittarius, or if you are an artist, or if you've recently stepped back from a situation or something, okay? Art is the temperance card in most decks, and temperance is about sobriety. So it could even be along those lines of taking a break from even a substance. Face down card. Ten of Swords, ruin. Really? Okay. So I can't think of many scenarios in which a tolerance break or sobriety would like cause like a Ten of Swords situation, unless you are someone who is, for example, prescribed to something and you're like, I'm sick of taking this every day, I want to stop, and it backfires, right? That kind of thing. Other than that, I would guess more that it's either a Sagittarius or it is a more on the art side of things rather than like a temperance. Could be taking a break from like a person, but or something else. The flow too, right? But yeah, chaos around you, interestingly enough. The Ten of Swords being ruin seems a lot more drastic than the Nine of Swords cruelty, right? But think of it like cruelty is inner pain, things happening within you falling apart. Whereas the Ten of Swords is more outward, where it's the things around you, things that are happening to you even. And then there's 3 face down cards. And then double fire. So I feel like either you got fire in your chart, you're dealing with a fire sign, or this is going to be a very emotional time for you, right? Because we led with the Nine of Wands, and then we have the Princess of Wands and the Emperor. So not only is the Emperor decorated in flames, but he is the Aries card. So, oh, and Sagittarius, yeah. So lots of fire going on. You might be dealing with a fire sign here. I don't know. Or it's your own fire, your own passions, whatever. The Princess of Wands, like, it's not that she doesn't know what's going on, but she's also kind of like, it's almost as if someone left a teenager in charge. And she's just like, cool, we can do whatever we want. And it's like, that was a test. I can't trust you. You're irresponsible. And you're like, damn it. Yeah, you're right. I was trying to be all grown and shit. You know, that kind of thing. But maybe even on an emotional level, right? I'm not saying you don't have your shit together or that you're acting like a teenager, but at the same time, you might be emotionally stuck in that state of mind. What can I get away with? I almost was thinking, like, how much can I hurt this person? But I wouldn't want to put that on you because that sounds pretty intense and really fucked up, right? But joke's always been Gemini's the devil, even though it's Capricorn cards, right? I'm just saying, kind of sounds like cliche Gemini, but doesn't necessarily sound like any of the Geminis I know. But yeah, you might be pushing it a little bit, especially with others, and your emotions tied to others too. And then the Emperor, either definitely dealing with a fire sign, or it's that you have that duality going on where, like, emotionally kind of more on the immature side, a little bit lost, a little bit not chaotic, but not good in chaos. Even though Geminis are one of those signs that kind of thrive on chaos. Not handling it so well because just not quite sorted out. But on the outside, right? You've got it. Ooh. It's almost a little contradictory to see the Ten of Swords and the Emperor like this, right? I will reveal the face down cards that should give us more insight, but I'm trying to set you up, right? The Emperor boss, right? He's got the whole empire. Like, he's sitting prettier than the rest of the deck, pretty much. Him and the Empress, right? There's not a whole lot. It could be a little too authoritative. If it's not you that's showing up as the Emperor, it might be someone in your life kind of trying to take too much control. But it's honestly probably someone who's trying to help you get your shit together internally, in a sense, because they see the chaos around you. And that's the thing, just because you thrive on chaos doesn't mean you're supposed to thrive on chaos necessarily, right? So, face down in reverse. Let's see. Between the Art card and the Ten of Swords, we have Lust. Leo, you got triple fire right here. I don't know what that's about. There's a fire sign. I can't even doubt it. This is the Gemini reading, right? Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. 9 of Wands, Princess of Wands. That's insane. There's only like 10 cards here. I can't count, but it's around that. And like half of them or more are fucking fire. But not only that, because it's not just a bunch of wands. I mean, this is a pretty small pool out of 78. And you got all 3 fire sign major arcana. That's heavy on the fire, okay? Could be passion. Could be, getting fired up. It could be your emotions really getting the best of you. But this lust, all right, it can be physical attraction if it's not a Leo. It can even be obsession, okay? When you put it into the story, right, thinking of it not as Sagittarius and Leo or your fire sign, but okay, so art, you are trying to output, you're trying to create, or you're trying to take a break, you're trying to cool down, you're trying to lay low. The lust card comes along and it's probably very distracting regardless of what it is. Okay, if it's some kind of physical attraction, it could even be like moving behind somebody's back kind of lust where you like, it's forbidden in a sense. Or just obsession. Is obsessing in general. You might, if this is art for you, you might be obsessing about a project and like getting way too invested in it. And it's just going to fall apart and it's not going to go how you want it to. Okay. If this is you trying to take a break and going with your sexual attractions or something, also going to serve you no good. Like, if it's a fire sign, I mean, I don't know how many times I got to pick this back up for you to see this situation being bad for you. Okay. What are these? 10 of discs, wealth. Cool. So at least you don't have to worry about your money, but also double tens. Which is cool. It's not X's. Duh. Would have to be wands. Yeah, double tens. I really like that, even though one of them's ruined. But with this great chaos comes great reward. And I think maybe you always know that in the back of your mind, because at the same time, you've been this. So of course you're going to attract yourself some wealth. You know? 7 of Swords, futility. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like effortless money. Like, something happens, sure, but at the same time, for what it's worth a lot. It's worth a lot. And there's just really nothing you can do about it. Two of Cups, love. Wow, that's insane. I don't even know what's going on. It does not look like it should look good, but it looks like it works out fine. It looks like the things you're working on are very fruitful, and if you are in a relationship, it looks very loving. I don't know why this is so intense when this really isn't. And then to go back to the Princess of Wands, and then the Emperor, and then what's in reverse? Queen of Cups? Yeah, so it's almost like maybe you don't get the girl. It doesn't have to be male and female, but it's a queen, which is why I said that, and it's water, feminine element, if you're dealing with a water or an earth sign. That's the thing. I think this is really just... Is that a card? Hold up. I feel like I just kicked a card. There was indeed a card, yes. Yes, it was out of the Halloween Oracle, so we'll talk about that in a minute. But basically, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. If you do this, things get fucked up, even though it's a really good thing, and the feelings are there, and it's a real connection, and you're really trying, but in the end, you don't get to do both of these things. You don't. You don't get to have this obsessive or physical or whatever this is that is literally like ruining your life, and also end up with this Queen of Cups person. Basically, you don't get both. I think that's part of the problem with the duality aspect, is that there's such a polarizing personality against the other that you want both worlds to appease both of those personalities. It's partly going to be a compromise, but you have to recognize that you already have it all. So is it really worth fucking it up? Basically. That's interesting. I didn't realize this was going to be like a love reading. I do feel like there was no conclusion there. So Ace of Wands, figuring out how you feel. Five of Swords, defeat, realizing you're at a standstill. The Magician, seeing your way out. Next move. Okay, yes, I can't have my cake and eat it too. I get it. I can accept that. And I can admit defeat. Okay? I will be fine. I feel fine. I have control over the situation. Maybe it's not the outcome I wanted, but hey, at least I've recovered from it. Now I gotta decide, what do I want then? What do I want now? What now? I think that's a good note to leave it on. Especially because the Magician is often associated with Gemini for reasons I have no idea why. So, food for thought. Alright, you got two demons. It was a couple, Ribosol, I think. Ribosol and Volok or something. It's going into money, focus. It's funny, didn't I say this would be, this was Ace of Discs at the bottom. Maybe it really wasn't about money. And it was more about, the money is the one thing in your life that's secure and decided for. You know, like you have your thing. Either you got a great job or you have a savings or something. You got the Ace of Discs and the 10 of Discs, and I don't think you got any other discs in all of that. You didn't get any other Earth cards. You see what I'm saying? How it was so much fire, and then yet, like, I was totally wrong, actually, too, because I said, this is going to be about money. It absolutely was not about money, but a very, very significant, solid reminder, getting the two best discs, arguably, in the deck. That money's tight, yo. You're good on that. Good on that. Don't even worry about that. You can't use that as an excuse either. Okay. Beware of... but this is going to be about money and work and shit. Beware of excluding emotions for the... This is bizarre. It doesn't freak me out anymore because this kind of shit happens all the time. But this is coming full circle right now. Beware of excluding emotions from the pursuit of logic or genius. Take care not to invest so much in learning as to become cruel and unfeeling. Going back to that reading, if you were resonating with the money message, then stick with it, because that's exactly what this is calling you out about, is getting so into it that you start wrecking the world around you. You become so obsessed with the project that it destroys shit and emotionally leaves you depleted and possibly single, whatever that was about. I hear that now, in both. That's really bizarre. You can't only focus on money. I'm not going to try to interpret that. Forget I just said that. It wasn't going anywhere. But yeah, that's really strange. Okay, Volok. Ooh. A wave of sleepiness just hit me, which makes sense because it's 6 a.m. But at the same time, I've been pretty perked up and drinking caffeinated tea. So I feel like it's you, not me. You're like exhausting yourself, going in circles in your mind about how can I make this work with my passions, my work, my relationship, and it's getting to the point where you're thinking so logically about it that you're getting nowhere in any of them. Okay? But also, you're good in a way. Beware of underestimating soft-spoken or mild-mannered individuals. Many capable individuals are easily overlooked because they are quiet. Okay? If it's time to collaborate with someone, go move towards the one who's not bragging about themselves and not the one who's like, doing the most. Okay? If it comes down to a coworker, and you're like, they're weird, they never talk, and you're very talkative, and you can't understand why they can't have a conversation with you. They might have a lot more going on to them than they present. Okay, so if it's not like having to make a choice, but if you're just, options or something, but especially in terms of work. So yeah, just something about that. Okay. Whew. Y'all are exhausting is the thing. Sort of surrounded by Geminis all the time. And it can be very exhausting. I'm up for any challenge, though. I love them. Okay, so you got Owl. I think this is Darkest Before the Dawn. No, Wise Seeing, Wise Action. Okay. Tailing off on this well-mannered people thing too. I think I just spit a little, dude. Your greatest influences may not be the people you think they are. Okay, so people who are maybe fun to be around, or I can't think of any other reason you'd want to interact with someone who is not got their shit together necessarily. Maybe you've been friends for a long time or whatever. You don't want to necessarily be like them, and you are the company you keep. Okay, like, just saying. You don't have to cut anybody. I'm not saying cut people off. I'm just saying pay attention to where you are putting your focus and attention, because you want to see what you want to be. Okay, so you want to be around people who are doing as you want to do. Wise seeing, wise action. Right? If you get caught up with people and their personalities and their emotions, and they're a little more sporadic or loudmouthed or whatever, it's not wise seeing to be surrounded by them. So how the fuck are you gonna get wise action? It's got to be both at the same time. So, moving on, the card that was on the floor was Cauldron, Synergy and Healing. It's time to come together with people. It's time to work on some shit. And, yeah. Healing. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know when that card fell down there. So it's like a little side note. Barmbreck, Sweetness and Synergy. Okay, so you got two synergies basically in a row. There's a face down card. I'm saving it for the end. But yeah, synergy and synergy. So that's actually way more important than I gave it credit for. It's cute too because the cauldron, I feel like, especially with the pentacle behind it, is giving me very Celtic witch vibes. But the barmbrack is an Irish bread. So if you have Irish heritage, I would say this comes especially to you. I would also think maybe if you are into a craft, then you, but it's really going to be about coming together with people and not just physically getting together and not just talking, but truly connecting on an energetic level so that you can have a more symbiotic relationship. Okay. In addition to the synergy aspect, it's sweetness and healing. Okay, so the wall thing, bringing it down, removing a couple bricks here and there, letting people climb over. It's going to be that kind of thing. You're healing. You don't need your defenses up all the way anymore. And your sweetness should be showing at this point. Like, you need to be putting out your best, warmest self and be the Gemini people know and love rather than the one that they, you know. Okay. And then death. The eternal cycle begins here. So a little bit of Scorpio energy. There's not really zodiacs in the Halloween oracle because it's not tarot. But the death card in tarot is the Scorpio card. So whatever. I imagine, most of the time we're not talking about a particular death, but could be an ego death. I was almost like yawning through that. I suppressed it a little bit because it didn't feel genuine. It's almost like you're bored with it. It's almost like you want something to end just so something new can begin. And I wouldn't blame you for that either. I think it's something where you need to make sure you're not completely self-sabotaging and fucking up the world around you, but allowing things to finish so that you can start anew. Okay. Skull of Stars, Infinite Possibilities. Okay, that's very strange. I have been shuffling even when I get cards just to see if there's any actual messages, but I really like the idea of ending on this note because this reading we ended with the Magician, which is manifestation, which would be infinite possibilities, and I feel like infinite possibilities would be manifestation, and I think it's just coming full circle. The whole reading was very similar in each one of these decks, and a lot of times they're very separated messages because they have such different intentions in them, right? But it's almost like you're getting your shit on repeat because you've gotten to this point where everything is always connected, but your shit's a little intertwined right now to the point where it's tangled. Okay, you're a little tangled up. Everything is the same thing, and it's like, one little thread and the whole web goes down. You're getting a little, I almost said getting a little freaked out, but I don't really know where I got that from. But there is an infinite possibilities of what can happen and the results of any situation. And so I think you need to remember that you can always see your way out of things as long as you truly envision it, believe it, and work on it, work towards it, and put in the work for it. You can 3 get anything. Really. Okay. I want to shuffle it to like click in and see if there's any actual spirit messages, but sorry, Gemini, I owe you an extra little spirit reading. I'll give you $5 off if you want to book a Halloween oracle only reading. Okay, that's the deal because I'm not doing it. That was perfect. All right, I will see you all next time, and I hope you had something there. Okay, much love.